Wow, okay. Gavin Williamson is now gone. He was the Defence Secretary. This is breaking and this is important. This is majorly important for national security. So this has all come about because there were meetings being held about the future of British intelligence being part of the Five Eyes, which is essentially an information sharing scheme between governments. Very sensitive information gets passed between. Now, some of it I have no doubt is shady, but for the most part, I'm willing to take the leap of faith and say it's actually important. Stopping planes going into buildings is kind of something most people can get on board with. And national security measures are passed between the Five Eye bodies when it's needed. So they're building up the 5G network, and Huawei was brought in as a contractor with the idea that they would build the foundations for this new data sharing network, which is fine. That happens all the time. Problem is, CEO, at least one CEO of Huawei, has been closely tied to the Chinese government. Now, it's not even one of my biggest, but one of the things I criticise that dipshit in the White House for, he has three phones. Three phones. He has been told not to use one particular phone because it's not secure, and at least three countries have hacked into it. So every time the dumb son of a bitch uses it, he is telling at least three countries everything that gets on. And of course, he's so fucking stupid. He gives away American national secrets all the goddamn time because he really is that thick. Well, Theresa May is now in that same category, in my opinion, because she's been warned. Like, these leaks, they're not new. Not relatively new. Everyone knew at this point, when these meetings were taking place discussing who was going to come in and build this infrastructure, everyone knew that Huawei has very close links to the Chinese government, and that the Chinese government would be able to use this software in order to hack and have access not just to European intelligence, but to our intelligence as well. Crucial and vital information. It would become a national threat. Yet Theresa May's response was to insult everyone who brought this up, whether they're part of the UK government, whether they're part of the European governments, whether it's Germany, whether it's France. So again, like Trump, insulting every one of our allies. And now, because she found out who leaked that information, now because she found out who exposed her for being such a repulsive moron, that man's been fired. Now, I don't know enough about Gavin Williamson to give you his sit rep. I honestly don't know if he's a good person, but certainly in this case, leaking this information, saying, okay, this is a massive issue. Warning lights are going off all over the goddamn place. Everyone needs to pay attention to this now because the Prime Minister is not listening. In this particular case, he did the right thing. Cost him his job. It also makes me wonder really how competent, well, I know she's incompetent, but how competent this government is in general, because there are key positions in our government that aren't filled because there isn't anyone to do it. Much like the American government right now. So again, Gavin Williamson has been kicked to the curb because he exposed Theresa May's moronic incompetence. Now, I honestly don't know if the UK is going to go ahead and force through Huawei as the structure builders, if you like. But certainly if they do, it will be a massive threat to national security. regardless of if you're in the UK or if you're in Belgium or Germany or anywhere that's going to have any kind of link to this 5G network, that's going to be a massive threat. And when you expose threats, it doesn't really go down too well.